in Major League Baseball. And that's something they have to really consider their options when it comes to Max Muncy. He's got to start getting going because he just does not look good at the plate right now. Let's go Dodgers from Anthony. We got Michael Porter. More important, why do we have to listen to Alana and meaningless questions? Hey, I think Alana does a great job. She's quick with that block button, though. I've heard that she's quick with that block button, so you probably just got blocked from her on Twitter just for your Facebook comment. So good luck. I might have to start a new burner account if you want to read her tweets. But we got Seager, we got Seager from Gabe, Doug, and Eddie. We got Ernest Mota Jr. Doc doesn't know how to manage pitchers. Look, I think that with Dave Roberts, a lot of the times the way he manages his pitchers, his bullpen, that leaves a lot to be desired. And tonight, look, I think that it's clear. You can, if you want, you can blame Doc. I mean, hey, he's deserving of it. He's deserving of it for most of the time. But I think personally with today's, I think really that today, I really think that was him committing to a plan that him and the front office have made as far as keeping these pitchers fresh, but at the same time, you want to give these pitchers confidence. And Julio Urias definitely deserved to stay out there to face Arenado because he would have gotten Arenado out. I don't care what anyone says. He was hitless on the night. I still think that Dave Roberts is the right guy for this team. The grass isn't always greener. Here's something to consider when it comes to Dave Roberts. After Tommy Lasorda, the Dodgers had 7 managers. We can go through them, too. You had Bill Russell, Glenn Hoffman, Davey Johnson, Jim Tracy, Grady Little, Joe Torre, Don Mattingly. That's 7 managers in a span of 20 years that won a combined 17 postseason games with no World Series appearances. Doc has won the division all 4 years. He's averaging 98 wins per year. He's going to win it again this year. He's also won 25 big postseason games, and he's been to an LCS and 2 World Series, and one that was stolen. So, look, I know that Dave Roberts, he's got to get better in a lot of areas, but look, the Dodgers, the stability he provides this club, the team loves, his players love playing for him. I'm giving Dave Roberts 2 years to win a World Series. I'm giving him the pandemic pass this year. Next year, he doesn't get it done. We'll talk about replacing Dave Roberts. But yes, if there's an area of weakness that he has, without question, you're 100% on the money. It's his ability to manage a bullpen and manage a pitching staff. And I've said on this show on multiple occasions that with Dave Roberts, sometimes he doesn't have a feel for the moment. And then I think that combined with the information he's getting from Andrew Freeman, the analytics department, or whoever it is making those decisions, I think that's what you're seeing. But here we go. Back from Canada, Dan Cordova. Good to see JK back. That's from Dan. We got Doc. Doc did fine tonight from Doug Crosby. We got Isaac. Muncy got to keep playing him to snap out of his slump. Sox Dodgers to the World Series. That's from Robert Garcia. We got Verdell over on Facebook. Urias is the player of the game. He kept the game tied and didn't let it get away, which easily could have happened at Coors Field. You're right on the money. Big facts from Verdell over on Facebook, and I would agree with you 100%. I think Julio Urias is the player of the game because, hey, if the Rockies go off on him in that inning, you're going to start to see some big numbers, and who knows if the Dodgers are able to come back. They probably would have won anyway. You got to believe all the weapons this offense has, that they would definitely had a chance to come back. But yeah, let's look at this game and let's look at this. Let's look at this first inning. Let's break down this first inning for Julio Urias. Top of the first, Tapia beats the shift and gets a leadoff single. Julio started him off with a strike, and then he just lost his command. He was up, he was down, he was wide, he was 2 inside, and that first inning, he just had his command issues. And then on a 3-2 count, Story doubled down the left field line, giving the Rockies runners on second and third, no outs. And then Story flies to right, deep enough to score Tapia. Urias couldn't find the strike zone, bad misses early on, and then he gets Arenado to pop out for the second out of the inning. Pilar bangs a base hit to center to score Story. First pitch changeup right there, and it was just, he left that changeup high, he lifted it up, and Pillar basically jumped on it, and he gets the hit. And then he gets Kemp to pop to Muncy for the third out. So that first inning, it could have been a lot worse. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left, and it was Rockies 2-1 after 1. So 26 pitches, and the thing that you want, and what really jumped out for that first inning, what really jumped out was 26 pitches, and he was 0 for 6 on first pitch strike. So, like I said, I want a furious Urias in that first inning. Come out mad like we saw Gonsolin and Dustin May. I know that Urias has that in him. Just let that out in that first inning. I don't know what he does before games, but he has to change up his routine in order to get ready to come out and dominate early on, because that's really the only thing that's holding him back at this point. So here we go. We got Seager was a beast this eve from Andrew over on Facebook. Patrick. We got with old Frank Grandal. We got Clay. Doctor has a bromance for Jansen. Yeah, I think you're probably on with that. Look, one thing with Doc is he's definitely loyal to a fault. We saw that last year at the NLDS, and you've seen that on multiple occasions with Kenley Jansen. Most recently last Saturday when he left him out there at times when I think that he should have came and got him out. I think with Kenley Jansen at this point, it's pretty simple. You know early on if Kenley has it. Of all the pitchers that are currently in that bullpen, you know right away, is that slider working for him? Is he getting outs with that slider? Is he missing bats with that cutter? Is the velo low? Is the spin low? And you can tell early on just by the eye test with Kenley Jansen that he doesn't have that. And I think with Roberts moving forward, I just hope that he's identified that now, because you're not getting elite Kenley Jansen. That's it. Those days are long gone. He's not the best closer in baseball anymore, and he hasn't been for quite some time. So don't try to get that back. I think that closer by committee, playing by the matchups, that's what the Dodgers need to do in the postseason. And like I've said with Kenley Jansen, don't let a dream become a nightmare. And that's what it will be if the Dodgers stick with him as the permanent closer in the postseason. To me, I wouldn't trust him on a daily basis coming out and getting big saves. I think every other night, if the matchups are right, I still think he's going to be a viable option, and that the Dodgers need him to get big saves in the postseason. But I want closer by committee. I want Trinan. I want Joe Kelly, Brusdar. Look, I think there's a lot of guys that can get big outs in high leverage situations for this team, and I hope the Dodgers are considering that right now. We got love from Colton. What up, Robert, from Facebook. We got Gabe. I like Urias' stuff in the bullpen, more velocity and not facing lineups 3 times. But the kid is at his best when he's in his groove. In a Game 3 elimination game, who gets the ball, May or Urias? That is a big-time question right there. I think, Gabe, you're going to look at the matchups because you know this team, that's what they're going to look at first. The analytics department is going to say, for the lineup we're facing, how are they going to hit a lefty versus a righty? And I think that Julio Urias, they can trust him in a Game 3. I think that, look, I mean, if they're going with May, if they're going to go with Walker Buehler and Clayton Kershaw in Games 1 and 2, I want to see Tony Gonsolin as soon as possible in a series. But in that case, I think that Urias is a guy based on, let's see how he finishes the season. I think you're going to see him out there. I think that Julio Urias, if he can string together a couple of solid starts. Look, we just got maybe one more start left for Julio Urias the rest of the way. We'll see how he pitches. We'll see if it's even a relevant game. But a lot of big decisions are going to be made for the Dodgers. I think that if you look at Julio Urias on the year, I think his home runs per 9 is as big as it's ever been. It's up to 1. But Dustin May, his home runs per 9 this year is at 1.5. So Urias is lower, and I think that both of them can be weapons out of the pen. But to me, let's play the hot hand. Let's see how May looks. Let's see how Urias looks. But Tony Gonsolin to me is the only lock of those 3. Here we go. Once Roberts wins, and when I say lock, I mean to get that 3rd start. So I want to see. To me, the decision is after Kershaw, Buehler, and Gonsolin. Then we'll talk about the debate right now is Urias versus May, in my opinion, not May versus Gonsolin. We got our offense looks scary tonight. Everyone having good at-bats and having fun hitting. We're all in sync. Yeah, I think the offense, Freeland was very effective with his off-speed stuff. With his off-speed stuff, he was effective. And the Dodgers 6 strikeouts for the Dodgers. No, 7 strikeouts for the Dodgers tonight. They're averaging just under 8 on the year. And strikeouts were an issue in San Diego. So the plate discipline was much improved in tonight's game, and you saw that tonight. Muncy struck out twice. Smith, Bellinger, and Taylor all had 1 strikeout apiece. Justin Turner, he struck out on that 99-mile-per-hour fastball, and then so did Mookie Betts. He struck out once tonight, but only 2 multi-strikeout games. And Yeah, I think it was a much better job by that Dodgers offense tonight, and you saw that clutch hitting. But here you go, Ryan. I just got home from Denny's. Do you think the Dodgers finish with the best record in baseball at the end of the season, Doug? I think so. I think no question about it. Look, no question about it. The Dodgers will finish with the best record in baseball. And, yeah, I mean, look, who's on their heels? You got right now the Dodgers got their 36th win, 706 win percentage. And right now, look, the Padres were the only team that was really giving them any problems in the National League. They have 32 wins. They had a day off tonight. And then the American League, 33 wins for the White Sox, who are on fire of late. The White Sox are playing really well. The Rays, they're 5-5 in their last 10. So the Rays, they were playing really well lately, and they could have maybe given the Dodgers a run for their money. But I think there's no question the Dodgers will finish with the best record in Major League Baseball in 2020. CJ, our offense looks scary tonight. Everyone having good at-bats and fun hitting. Or I think I already read that one, but what up? Great game today from Wilfredo Cordova. Seth, I'm not excited to see the Dodgers play at Global Life for the playoffs. That's a tough stadium for a home run hitting offense. The players even complained what a joke the dimensions are during the Rangers series. I think, Seth, that is a big factor, and it shouldn't be downplayed. And that's how the Dodgers have to feel. Like early on, they have to adjust to that, because if they're taking home run swings and you're getting warning track power, the Dodgers have to adjust and just get guys on base and find a way to manufacture runs by any means necessary, but that will also help this Dodgers pitching staff and the Dodger bullpen. So I think it'll work both ways for this Dodger team. But hey, I think that stadium just looks soulless. To me, I've been calling it the Super Costco all season long. It looks like a Super Costco. Not a fan of it. A lot of people don't want to play in Minute Maid Park. I actually want the Dodgers. I wish it was at Minute Maid Park. I wish it would have been nice to see the Dodgers win a World Series on the field that they would have won a World Series at in 2017. We know the Dodgers. Look, they dropped game 2. Look, they could have potentially won it there in that game 5 had they played better. Yeah, no, they would have dropped game 1. They would have taken 3 straight in Houston. No, they dropped game 2, and they would have taken 3 straight in Houston. So I think that would have been a better place for the Dodgers to win their first World Series since 1988. But, hey, I'll take a World Series anywhere. I don't care if it's Pluto. I just want the Dodgers to get it done this year. Let me know one-word answer. Do the Dodgers win a World Series right now? Yes or no? How you feeling? Give me your percentage chance. What percentage chance right now? I think Baseball Reference gives them like 23% chance right now to win a World Series. But you got that extra round. You have all those games in consecutive fashion. I think it's going to be a lot of wacky stuff this year in the postseason. But give me your percentage chance that you think right now. What percentage chance do you think the Dodgers have of winning a World Series? But here we go, Seth. It will even out from Wilfredo. Yeah, exactly. We need to win for Kershaw. That's from East Bay Raider. Clay Dunsmore. Sucks MLB doesn't do bye weeks. You would figure the best record in the league should get something in return. Yeah, Clay, I've been saying that too, man. We are simpatico. I don't know what you call it, but we are definitely in agreement on that one. I think that what the league risks is if the Dodgers go down, and they need the Dodgers because, look, you're going up against the NBA Finals, the NBA playoffs. You're going against college football. The Big Ten just announced that the Big Ten's going to be playing. And I don't think the Pac-12 will be back. But a lot of competition, and you want those big brands. You want the Dodgers in the World Series if you're Major League Baseball. Look what the NBA has. The NBA, they have the marquee franchise in it right now. The Lakers will be headed to the finals, and they're going to play either the Heat or the Celtics. I think my preseason pick was Lakers over Celtics, but I think the Heat will make it. So you still got some big markets there, some big storylines, and I just don't want Major League Baseball to lose out because of that wacky 3-game wild card series. So we'll see how it plays out. I think the Dodgers playing at home will find a way to take care of business, but if they don't, there will be hell to pay right here, and you know where to join to let off all your steam. We got East Bay Raider, 90% Super Costco from Ryan with the, yeah, man. Thinking a 36% chance from Bruce Davis over on YouTube. Dareth Madrigal, a 90% chance. We got Clay. Hey, Big Doug, as far as I'm concerned, we did win the 2017 World Series. LOL, asterisk suck. Yes, Yes, big fat yes to that one. Jermaine Armonte, yes, we're going to bring home the fall crown. We got 85% from Wilfredo Cordova over on Facebook. Dan with the 83.5%. I would love to see you expand upon that very specific number, but I like it. Bruce Davis, Doug, shout out from Portland, Oregon. Urias looked good after the first inning. Yes, he definitely did, averaging under 11 pitches after that. 26 pitches in that first inning, just 51 after that. And the only complaint a lot of you guys, including myself, had is that he was taken out just a little bit too early, especially considering the fact that you have a bullpen game coming tomorrow. Do you want to tax that bullpen more than you have to? And then also, I think that the more confidence that Urias has, the better he's going to pitch. But the NFL 2 from Ryan, we got Doug. Man, tough question. 45 to 50%. Bruce Davis, go Dodgers, go Raiders. We got Dylan. We need to get our stupid 3-game. We need to get out of our stupid 3-game set. After that, the Dodgers will be unstoppable. This was from Dylan Wee over on YouTube, and I think that you are spot on with that one. I think all of us Dodger fans out there, it's that first round that terrifies you, right? Because any Major League Baseball team, any top 16 team in this league can beat anyone in a 2-game series when there's no fans in the stands. You just never know. That is why you love baseball, because you just don't know what's going to happen. Baseball, losing is a big part of this sport, whether you like it or not, and that is very terrifying. Thanks for pointing that out. Now I won't be able to sleep. Moose, Pac-12 is coming back in October. That's from Moose. Breaking it down, you a Pac-12 fan. Who's your team? Lakers in 5 from Derek. I like it. We got Laker predictions there. Lakers in 5. Is that for the Nuggets series or for the NBA Finals? Oh, we got Matt Kemp put on weight. Never really seen him fat before. Not here or in Atlanta, San Diego, or when he came back. But okay, hey, he's a heifer. Mark, come on, man, that's not very nice. I mean, my man pulled Rihanna. Okay, he's already in the Hall of Fame to me. Game over, Matt Kemp. I'm not talking smack. He can do whatever he wants. Millionaire, doing his thing, kind of taking his victory lap. Matt Kemp, hey, to me, he's going to be one of those guys who's going to be hanging out at Dodger Stadium when it's all said and done. Got nothing but love for Matt Kemp, the 2011 MVP. That was almost as bad of a theft as the Houston Astros, and you know why. Bruce Davis, Doug, why does Robert take out pitchers so early? Urias went 2 more innings. Yep, exactly. Felix, would you rather face the Giants or Phillies in the first round? It's a great question because, look, I think that the fact that the Dodgers and Giants, they have never faced in the postseason, to me, I think that would add a really exciting chapter to this Dodgers-Giants rivalry. But, yeah, I think I'd rather face the Giants, if you want my honest opinion. I don't think they have the pitching. Look, Cueto, Gossman, I don't think that they're going to have the pitching. Offensively, they can score runs against us, and you saw the Dodgers, they had fits at times. Hey, look, Brandon Belt was really on fire. But I think that the Phillies, look, we got some history with the Phillies. You know that well. But who would you guys rather face? You guys rather face the Phillies? I mean, you could play the Marlins potentially. The Marlins are a team that could be there for the Dodgers to face. But to me, I'd actually rather face the Giants because I think the Dodgers, they just could not lose to the Giants. I had some bad memories. If you remember '97, Brian Johnson hitting that home run. There's been some heartbreakers. But then also, how about the Dodgers keeping them from making the postseason in 1993? They were a 101-win team. Mike Piazza and the Dodgers, they broke their heart. So as far as the look, they got some nice players. They got some nice players. I mean, look, Bryce Harper's cooled off from a hot start, and as far as pitching goes, look, I mean, we'll face Nola, we'll face Wheeler, Jake Arrieta's done. But I personally think that we would be able to handle our business with the Giants. I think the Phillies have some talent on that team that could play up in the postseason. So I'd rather play the Giants just so we could beat that ass. I mean, just so we could win and get that, add another chapter to this rivalry. Padres help the Dodgers wake up Francisco Acuna. Yes, that's a great question because that series had a very postseason-like feel. They were talking all that smack after Game 1, doing their dancing in their dugouts. The Dodgers handle their business in a different way. Winning is a habit for this franchise. The Dodgers, they come out, they win the last 2 games, but I do agree with you 100%. I do think that it refocused this club, and they were playing with a spark and intensity after that Game 1 loss, and then the return of Justin Turner gets 3 hits in his first game back. Also think that was a big factor, but can we get Matt Kemp from Bruce Davis? You guys are just so rough on Matt Kemp. Hey, Matt, if you're watching this, this is Matt Kemp. I think you look great, man. I think you're living life, enjoying your life out there in Colorado. Do your thing, Matt Kemp. He's probably just chilling at those breweries. Man, have you been to Denver? They got some of the best breweries ever, man. Giants, Dodgers from Francisco. Pac-12, go Cougs from Jake. So you're a Cougs fan. I see you. Ryan, Dodgers, Phillies in 2008. Oh, Shane Victorino. We all know what that was like. Giants for sure. That's from Doug Crosby. I hated the Phillies in 08 and 09. Yeah, I mean, they were a team that broke the hearts of Dodger fans too. So, Fred, or Matt Kemp is great. Love him from Bruce Davis. Fred J. Rich. Madrigal, Lakers trash. What WTF? Okay, we're going to screenshot that. Seth, the Giants always seem to raise their competitiveness against the Dodgers, regardless if the Giants are outmanned by the Dodgers town. Although I'd love to see them Dodgers kick butt and shut up the Giants fans. LOL. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. I mean, look, because the dangerous thing about the Giants is the fact they have nothing to lose. And look, it's when you're playing a team that has nothing to lose, that's when they become dangerous. And then you add the fact that they're playing the Dodgers, their rivals. And to me, the Dodgers-Giants rivalry is second to none in Major League Baseball. And you know they would love to just end our season. And they have a lot of guys out there. Look, Solano, he's having a great year. Brandon Belt, Yastrzemski, he was in the MVP conversation for quite some time. And who knows, maybe Longoria, Flores. They can look. They're offensively. They have a team. They have a lot of guys who were great, like Crawford, Longoria, and then they have some young talent with Yastrzemski. I just don't think from a pitching standpoint. I look with Anderson, Webb, Gossman, Cueto. I just don't think that they have the pitching to get past the Dodgers there in that first round. Maybe, you never know if they have their day. Gossman actually pitched pretty well until the Dodgers got to him late. A month ago, whenever that was. So I would rather play the Giants. I do think offensively they would be able to score some runs on the Dodgers, but it's the Giants, and yeah, honestly, I just that'd be crushing to lose to the Giants, but it ain't happening, guys. Okay, we got this. I do think though, what I do think about the Giants though, one thing is the fact that they played so well at Dodger Stadium, and then they also roughed Kershaw up. So if Kershaw is pitching in that second game, and they replicate the success they had against him, I think it could be cause for concern. But look, prepare yourself for a wild first couple rounds because you've got no fans in the stands. It's going to be consecutive days. Just prepare yourself for some wild times. That's all I'm saying. I think the Dodgers will make it through, but it's going to be wild. It won't be a cakewalk. I would not be surprised to see it go to Game 3 in that first round or the wild card series or whatever they're calling it. But let's jump into some more of these comments. Robert, thank you, Doug, for calling it right again. We got I still love Kem. I hate seeing him in the Rocks jersey. Yeah, we got we should have kept Russell Martin. He showed up in the World Series. Yeah, he did. He really did. He's one of the few Dodgers to show up. How about we go with It's Our Turn from Dan. We got nice hat, Doug, the 562. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you like this one? I'm going to try to get I'm going to try to get every area code that watches this show. It'd be pretty tough. But a couple things, guys. A quick plug here for the newest podcast at Dodgers Nation. Head over to wherever your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast these days, and search Dodgers Nation, Dodgers Dugout, like Doug Crosby or Doug McCain, my name. And what the podcast is we condense all of your takes, and then we throw in some additional analysis and post-game reaction from the players and the managers. Lots of good stuff. It's a must for any Dodger fan. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and then if you want to rate and review, that'd be fantastic. fantastic. But be sure to subscribe. Then also, if you have not, I'm sure a lot of you guys already are subscribed to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Head over to youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. Also, be sure to get your Dodgers merch for the playoffs. Lots of merch. Joe Kelly was back. Our Joe Kelly shirt basically changed the game. That one was impossible to get. So definitely get merched up. Go to DodgersNation.com to get all your Dodger merch. But, yeah, really when it comes to the Dodgers today, it was that let's jump back into this game. So then in the top of the third, Edwin Rios gets the Dodgers' first hit of the night on a ground ball single to right. Edwin Rios, he's got, like I said, a lot of power. Then on a 3-2 count, Betts lines to short, almost beat out the throw, gets him to end the threat, and that was that. And then the bottom of the third, a 9-pitch third for Julio. And then top of the fourth, Corey Seager goes deep with a laser home run to get the Dodgers on the board, a 424-foot line drive for his 13th bomb of the year. And like I said, he is just balling out this year, Corey Seager. Another big home run. So Justin Turner, he cranks a base hit to center. Then Cody Bellinger, he hits a line drive to center. He hits a line drive single to right. And like I said, a much better swing by Cody Bellinger in these last couple days. He's been late all year. Today, he was right on top of that. Freeland changeup, gets a single there. And then CT3, he takes a walk to load the bases. And then Freeland hit Kike on the elbow guard. And by the way, did you notice someone booing in that dugout? What was up with that? It was like, I don't know, who was booing? I mean, was it the cardboard cutouts? I have no idea. Last year, they did have the singing bobblehead with Trevor Story, so I don't know if it was that, but I thought that was pretty interesting. And then with the bases loaded, 2 outs, Rios flies to the warning track to end the inning, but the Dodgers tied things up right there in the fourth, get two runs on 3 hits in that inning, the home run, and then Kike gets hit with the bases loaded to walk in the tying run there. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Julio gets Arenado to fly out, Pilar to line out for the second out, and then Urias throws a fastball right by Matt Kemp for his first punch out of the night, and that had some nice glove side run on that one. He had some nice movement on it, and at that point, he had retired 10 straight after that rocky first inning. So he was really cruising at that point. And then head to the bottom of the fifth. He gets Fuentes swinging on a fastball for the first out. Hampson grounds out for the second out. And then he gets Walters to fly out to center for the third out. So another 1-2-3 inning for Julio Urias. And then the bottom of the sixth. So the only question mark I had today was that bottom of the sixth. I truly believe Urias should have stayed in there to finish out that inning. Tapia, he reaches on a ground ball to third. It was an error on Rios. 2 errors by the Dodgers tonight. Again, by the way, 2 errors, one by Muncy and one by Rios right there. So, and then he comes back to get Story to fly to right on the first pitch for the first out of the inning. Gets Blackman to ground into a force at second. They get the lead runner for the second out. And then Dylan Floro comes in, gets Arenado to fly to center for the third out. And then top of the 7th inning. So this is when the levee broke. This is when the dam burst for the Rockies. Like I said, Coors was going to Coor at some point, and it took place in that 7th inning. So CT3, he flies to center for the first out. And then on a 2-1 count, Kike gets a hit that goes right to center field, right to right center, right over the wall. Blackman leaps, and he couldn't snag it. So it goes right over Blackman. He made a nice attempt on it, goes off the wall for a leadoff double. By the way, a nice job by Pilar to back up Blackman on that one to keep it to a double. And then Rios takes a walk to give the Dodgers runners on first and second with 1 out. And that was it for Freeland. The Dodgers get into that Rockies bullpen. And then on an 0-1 count, Betts bangs a slider on the outside part of the plate into center field to score Kike Hernandez to make it 3-2 Dodgers. So Mookie Betts, a clutch hit this year heading into tonight. Mookie Betts with runners in scoring position. He was slashing .429, .488, .800, OPSing .1288. So Mookie Betts, to me, he's the clear-cut MVP. Fernando Tatis Jr. in September is hitting .184. Yes, there's some options there. Like he's not the only one in contention. But look, I think Freddie Freeman's having a good year. But Mookie Betts, had he been batting leadoff the entire year, this would not even be a race. Mookie Betts batting leadoff is hitting .324 heading into tonight. So batting leadoff this year, Mookie Betts slashing .324, .406, 19, OPSing 1,025. Batting second like he did this year, he was batting 255. So if Mookie was hitting leadoff the entire year, this would not even be a close MVP race. So Mookie Betts, he gets it done right there. And then the Dodgers continued to crush the Rockies in that inning. Then Corey Seager, he doubled to deep center to score Rios to make it 5-2 Dodgers. So a homer, a single, a double for Corey Seager to that point. And then that was it. So they start to rock Estevez. Max Muncy took a walk. And then Will Smith, he smoked a breaking ball into left field for a 2-run double, scoring Seager and Muncy to make it 7-2 Dodgers. And Will Smith, not a bad pitch to Will Smith. Really a nice pitch, but it was a fantastic piece of hitting by the Fresh Prince. And then Cody Bellinger, he takes a high and outside ball for the Dodgers' third walk of the inning, and then Diaz bounces one that goes right through the wicket, like Oral Hershiser said, goes to the backstop, and it was probably a pass ball, but nonetheless, Will Smith scores on the play, giving the Dodgers their 6th run of the inning and an 8-2 lead. And then jump to the bottom of the 7th. That is when the Dodgers got the epic return of Joe Kelly. He comes back there in the 7th inning, and he gets McMahon to ground out. And then the 8th inning, Kolarek gives up only his 2nd home run of the year on a Trevor Story bomb to left. He then gets Blackmon to ground out for the 2nd out. And then Josh Sborz came in, and he did a nice job. Nice job for Josh Sborz. Probably not going to see him on that postseason roster. But Josh Sborz tonight, he goes an inning and a third, gives up no runs, no hits, 12 pitches, 10 for strike. So Kolarek, he goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up a hit and 1 run. But the Dodger bullpen did a nice job. Julio did a nice job bouncing back. But here we go, guys. Jumping back into these comments here. A couple more minutes here. Get those fire Dodger takes ready. Let me know down below in the comments. So, here's a question I have to ask for you guys. If the Dodgers win the World Series this year, will it be because of pitching, or will it be because of hitting? Because I'm telling you right now, I think the Dodgers are going to rake their way to a World Series. I think you're going to see some big numbers from this Dodgers offense. I still have hope that Cody Bellinger will right that swing and find his stroke here in the last week and a half or so of this season heading into the postseason. Where's Train tonight? That's from Trish Sloan. Hey, man, that train must have been late. I don't know, but hey, we got to send that put him on a milk box. Where is Train tonight? He was missing tonight for the Dodgers Nation post game show. So unfortunately, he's not joining us. But long ball from Dan. We got pitching from Trish Sloan. We got Will Smith, money with runners in scoring position. That's from Dan over on Facebook. Yeah, absolutely. He has been crushing it this year with runners in scoring position. And he's just really a great at-bat. Like I said, other than Mookie Betts, I truly believe he's the best at-bat on the team right now. Him, Will Smith, and Corey Seager on offense. And then Justin Turner starting to get it together. I think Justin Turner is going to get really hot at the right time. But, yeah, this year with runners in scoring position, Will Smith is slashing .438, .583, and .688 with an OPS of 1271 for Will Smith. And it's also he's just a great at-bat. I can't say enough about Will Smith. As you guys can see, very excited about the Fresh Prince. But offense is great, pitching sometimes shaky. That's from, exactly. I think that if the pitching, if we still have to see if Buehler is going to be big game, ace-level elite Buehler, because he assumes that role, then this is a different team, because it really starts and ends with Buehler at the top of that rotation. And the way Clayton Kershaw has pitched this year has had a fantastic year with Clayton Kershaw. And you saw the uptick in velocity, the slide of the curveball. I love what I'm seeing from Clayton Kershaw. It's just Tony Gonsolin last night, like I said, the Catman had so much dog last night. And then Dustin May gave up some home runs, but they had a nice lead there. I think Dustin May is a starter. I do think we have enough arms to win this World Series. I don't think we're going to look back and say, man, we should have traded for Lance Lynn, or we should have traded the farm for the farm for Trevor Bauer. I think we're going to look back and think that this team had the arms. But here we go, Eric Ayala, Mr. D-Mac. What up, Eric Ayala over on YouTube. Jim, does management love does management's love of analytics mess with Roberts' handling of the pitching? That's from Jim over on Facebook. I think that's a great question that I don't think any of us truly know the answer of. I really do think that there are times when you see Dave Roberts and it's clear that he's managing from his gut. And I do think that when it comes to like one of the sources of frustration is him taking pitchers out too early and leaving bullpen guys in there a little too late. But I personally believe that it's a collaborative effort with Andrew Freeman, with the baseball analytics department, with the advanced analytics department, and Dave Roberts. I do think that Dave Roberts, he does have the freedom to go with his gut. Otherwise, why would you put in Clayton Kershaw last year? Because in that NLDS. And why would you mess with Kenta Maeda? Why wouldn't you bring in Kolarek to face Soto? So there's enough evidence out there to see that sometimes the analytics is, I do think that he's provided all the data, and there's heavy suggestions when it comes to lineup constructions and different pitching matchups. But I do personally hope that Dave Roberts has learned from his mistakes, and we're going to see this year. But like I've always said, hey, man, if you truly believe that the Astros stole the 2017 World Series and Dave Roberts wins that World Series, how long does he have a cushion? How long is his leash to keep that job? I think they're going to say, hey, you keep this job for a decade if you want it, because if you look at him, if he wins that World Series, he's on a Hall of Fame trajectory as a manager. So, no, he's not perfect. But I do think that he's the right guy for this team right now, and I do think that he's good enough to win a World Series as the manager. So that's just my belief. It could turn out to be not true. I mean, Dave Roberts could drive me crazy, and it's not like I'm always supportive of Dave Roberts. Trust me, if he has a flaw, I go after him hard. I'm like, "What's up, Doc?" Like it's Bugs Bunny out here. I mean, I'm terrible. I will give Dave Roberts the business if I don't agree with his managerial moves. But I do think, for the most part, we don't talk about the good things he does, and you don't talk about the moves that he doesn't make that end up winning games. So here we go. Trish, love your show. First time participating. Thanks for making a couple LA transplants feel at home. Hey, welcome to the show, Trish. We're usually rocking 3 days a week. Playoffs will be going every day, but welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. But, yep, guys, as always, thanks for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We'll have plenty of time. By the way, before the playoffs start, before the postseason starts, we'll do a live episode where we just preview the whole postseason. We'll talk all about Dave Roberts. We're going to be breaking it all down. But tonight, let's celebrate tonight's win. Dodgers get the win over the Rockies, 9-3, improved to 36-15. That magic number is down to Corey Seager, a.k.a. 5. Dodgers get the win. We'll be back. Is today Thursday, right? Today's Thursday. We'll be back Sunday. Right after Sunday's game, we'll be going live. But thanks again, guys. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. Be sure to subscribe to that podcast that'll come out tomorrow that'll have all your takes on it so you can check out. It's basically your podcast, guys. So search Dodgers Nation, Dodgers Dugout, wherever you hear podcasts. But, hey, remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodgers baseball. Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.